Ready? Start. What I have said above in regard to students in journal would not, however, apply to the students of agricultural schools and colleges. In their case, it would be a necessary part of their training to do field work for a period before they are given diplomas or degrees. You are aware that on the advice of the All India Council for Technical Education and Scientific Manpower Committee, it is proposed that engineering and technical graduates must do a period of service training before they can enter their profession. I think such training is even more necessary for the students of agricultural schools and colleges. I would in fact go further. While the idea of conscripting students in schools and colleges would be difficult to put into practice, I do not see any reason why colleges and students in the rural or semi-rural areas should not have an agricultural section attached to them. The difficulties I have mentioned above arise only when the students are taken away from their homes or places of normal residence. There would be no such difficulty if students are required to do some agricultural work in the course of their normal college or school life. The difficulty of finding adequate land may stand in the way of carrying out this program in educational institutions in large towns and cities. There is, however, no reason why schools and colleges in the rural areas or small towns should not have attached to them sufficient land which can be utilized for the purpose. Even colleges in larger towns and cities can cooperate in such a program by establishing centers where during vacations and other holidays students can acquire an experience of simple practical agriculture by working on the farms. Many of you know that the universities in the UK and the USA sometimes adopt villages. I hope that in India also schools and colleges in urban areas will adopt villages. There should be friendly competition among educational institutions as to which have done the best rural work. I hope that this conference will devise some methods of carrying out this program and also advise the Indian Council for Agricultural Research to set up a section devoted exclusively to the development of agricultural education in schools and colleges. This shall enable us use to overcome the shortage of food in our country in future. One grave drawback to which I would like to draw your attention is our curious failure to realize the dangers inherent in our present situation. It is strange that in spite of a shortage of food and the people's knowledge of the fact, there is no passionate urge among them to increase food production in the country. If our young men and women in colleges and schools are not sensitive to our problems, how are we going to overcome the perils which face us? I am sure you can all help in creating in young men and women a sense of the urgency of our problems. There are, of course, certain necessary measures which lie outside the sphere of educational authorities. Colleges and schools can, however, contribute a great deal to the solution of the problem if they create in young men and women the enthusiasm to increase the food production of the country. I am sure that if the universities provide extension education in agriculture, it will not only improve the quality of our agriculture but also make a deep impression on the public mind. It will help to break down the barriers which divide the literate classes from the unlettered. It will also improve the quality of our educated classes by bringing them nearer to the soil and giving a more practical bias to their minds. I referred earlier to countries where agriculture is more productive and gives far better results than in India for each unit of manpower. It is obvious that if we are to improve our agricultural production, we must profit by the experience of such countries. We must therefore create closer contacts with all countries which have applied scientific methods to agriculture and shown tangible results of such application. Naturally, the first country we think of in this connection is the USA. In industry as well as in agriculture, she has made a phenomenal progress. We must try to adopt and adapt her methods in both fields. She has, under the Fulbright Act and other enactments, made a generous provision for receiving from and sending out to India teachers and students from various fields of study. We must take full advantage of her generosity and utilize the services of the American experts in the various fields of agriculture. The universities have always and in all countries played a leading part in transforming the quality of the life of the people. In order to perform this function successfully, the universities must base their programs on the real needs of the country. Until now, our university education has proved inadequate because it has ignored agriculture altogether. Stop.